back to the dirtiest spot on YouTube. I'm your ghost. And did you know the PS3 turns 20 years old today? That actually makes me feel pretty young. This year I get my senior citizens discount card. If you're a retro gamer in 2026, I think you need to get a PS3. Now hear me out. One thing the PS3 can do, it can play PS2 games. Once you jailbreak the console, you can burn your CDs onto the hard drive and then play them straight from your PS3. I would highly recommend if you do get a PS3 or you have a PS3, you should jailbreak it. Now there are 3 versions of the PS3. There's the original PS3 Fat, and most people will tell you don't even bother buying those or even jailbreaking them. However, it is a very nice looking console, and I mean for what it was and what it is, it's really cool. But I have to agree with those people that say stay away from them. So there's a few reasons why you want to stay away. For one, the thing is extremely old, and it has something called the yellow light of death, and most of those puppies that are on the market are probably going to die very shortly. I don't know anything about working on them. I've seen videos on it. That's completely out of my expertise. But here's where the next PlayStation comes in, the PS3 Slim. That is what I have. So I jailbroke my PS3, and mine is a Slim, and when you go to look at the Slims, you want to see the VIN number because you can't permanently jailbreak those consoles. Like certain ones you can permanently jailbreak, like the Fat and some Slims. Then there's some Slims and Super Slims that you cannot put custom firmware on, like permanently. You have to put something called a hen enabler. I've never done that. I don't know anything about it. Thankfully, my PlayStation 3, I was able to permanently install custom firmware on there. Like I said, just look at your VIN numbers and you should be able to see. I'll put a link in the description. For me personally, when I bought my PS3, I got mine for about, I think less than 80 bucks. I want to say 75 bucks. Saw the VIN number and it was in the question mark. I think on the website, you'll see the VIN numbers. It says, oh, maybe it's jailbreakable. So I took the gamble, and I'll also leave another link in the description below. It is a video on how to jailbreak a PS3. Is what I followed. It's very thorough. One thing that's really cool about that video is if you're like, I don't know if my PS3 can be jailbroken. In that video, the dude explains like this thing that you can do that can show you like, hey, your PS3 is compatible or it's not compatible. PS3 is really fucking cool in 2026, not gonna lie, especially when I own a PS5 and that can play 4 and 5 games. PS3, my particular one, I have PS1 games on there. I got PS2 games on there. I got obviously PlayStation 3 on there. The Sony library. Being able to play like these old school PlayStation games is really fucking badass. And not only that, I've been enjoying a lot of these old school like PlayStation 2 games with my wife. When I grew up, you know, I had an Xbox 360 and I played like, you know, Fable WWE, we had a Kinect, we had all that shit, and that was my console. And I've always been enthralled by Sony because like I've always wanted to play like when I was a little kid, I was always like, man, I want to play God of War. The game looks really cool. And like there was just always this like, I don't know, like mystery about Sony, you know what I mean? And now that I'm an adult, there is no mystery to Sony. Sony's a bunch of pussies. Where the fuck's Bloodborne 2? Remaster that shit, you fucking assholes! Where was I? Like, you need to jailbreak it. Like, it's a no-brainer. You can get more out of that console, and like, you can burn DVDs to it. You can burn your games to it. But when it plays like these old school games, like the PS1 games, it's almost like it actually like loads into a BIOS. It deactivates your controller, like turns it off, and then it will load up like the PlayStation 1. You can hit the home button, and there's some settings you can tweak with. You can tweak with some controller settings if you want to use like the thumbstick, for example, or if you want to make the screen fuller, put on smoothing. Now, my TV in particular, I don't know if it's 72 or 75 inches, but it's a massive TV, and I did put full screen on for a PlayStation 1 game, and honestly, it's jarring. It's so jarring. Like, you can truly see like what they were working with at the time, and it just fucking shows you. You want to play around with it. I think for most modern televisions, especially you have like a massive TV, you'll want to have it at, I believe it's called normal, and then there's full screen. Smoothing, to me personally, I don't really see a need for it. I couldn't really see a difference with it. And then same with PlayStation 2 games, the same thing. It like loads into another BIOS. You can hit that home button, and that has some settings as well, pretty much the same as the PlayStation 1. PS3 games. There's some really cool PS3 games out there, and there's some that are exclusive to that console. Like MGS4, Demon Souls. Well, I mean, Demon Souls is on PS5, but we're talking about the old clunky motherfucker. That one. That looking one. that is on the PS3, and that is home to the PS3. Infamous, fucking Journey. I never played Journey. I need to get that. Oh, and on top of that, sorry, the PS3 games, they're cheap as hell. Go to any retro game store, as long as you don't find the fucking holy grails. Holy grails. Like, you can find PS3 games for like a couple bucks. Like Dead Island, when I bought that console, we were looking at the PS3 games. Dead Island was, I think, like $2. And the game does not run well on the PS3, and that's honestly one of the downfalls of the PS3 is performance on this console is really hit or miss. And God, installing things to this console takes forever. It takes forever. I don't know, like my wife and I were playing Resident Evil 5, and that game was very jarring at the beginning, and I didn't even know the split screen looked like that. That is wild. I've never seen games have a split screen in that kind of style before. Yeah, but like once you kind of get past that initial like, it is cool, and you kind of, like, especially what I said at the beginning, this thing's like 20 years old. You can't put emulators on here. Personally, for me, I put the SNES emulator on there. Actually, I'm sorry, I put RetroArch on there, and I tried putting a different course on there, like N64. I guess it's not supported, and that honestly doesn't really matter to me, because for me, I have a Wii U, and I use that for SNES emulation. A handful of N64 games that I enjoy, it runs perfect on that system. I guarantee you that the PS3 can handle N64 games pretty damn well, and I'm sure it can handle like pretty much a lot of the emulators that you throw at it. For me personally, I wanted this to be like, I never had a PS3 growing up, and I wanted this to be like, hey, yo, those games that you wanted to play when you were a kid, get them now and play it on it as an adult. And especially like with the way gaming is, like there's nothing out right now. What game is out right now that everyone's playing and shit? Maybe Arc Raiders, maybe BF6, probably Arc Raiders, but I'm waiting for, like everyone else, we're waiting for GTA 6. Personally, for me, like, yeah, I'm waiting for GTA 6, of course, but next month, RE9 comes out, and holy shit, that game looks sick. I cannot wait for that. Like, retro gaming is becoming popular and stuff. With the shit that we have to deal with for some of the modern gaming stuff, the prices, these patches coming out, developers not listening to us and just, like, going the other direction with their IPs or whatever the fuck they're doing. Like, there's a lot of like, you know it. Stay away from the fat model. It is a really nice looking console, and if you have the balls to, like, you know, really work on that thing and make it work and jailbreak it, have at it. Oh, I forgot to bring that up. One of the other things of blasphemy about that console, if you jailbreak that console, apparently it's considered blasphemy because of how old it is and like just like the prestige of it. I don't know. Some people think that console's like the fucking holy grail and stuff. It's a damn good looking console. It really is. But like, is it really sacrilege to fucking like jailbreak it and buy one just to fuck it up? If they're dying, you know, like they're yellow screening it, they have the yellow light of death anyway for most of them. Like, is it really fucking blasphemy to do that shit? I guess fucking so. But in my honest opinion, just stay away from that console completely. It's not worth it if you don't know what you're doing with that kind of stuff, because I sure as hell don't. So I would recommend the Slim. Stick with the PlayStation 3 Slim. Get that, jailbreak it, and you'll have a great time with that console. It will be a very fun, like, weekend project for you. You know, if you have kids or something, do it with your kids. Show them, like, learn together about, like, you know, jailbreaking consoles, saving your games onto the system, stuff like that. But no brainer, pick up a PS3. Like, it's, like I said, for the price of like 2 Switch games, you can get a PS3, a few PS3 games, like 1 or 2, and a bag of Skittles. You'll be very fucking happy. Is that you mopping? But I'll see you guys in the next one. If you enjoy this type of content, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I will see you on the next one. Stay dirty.